Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again, and welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. It's been a while since I've done an out of the movie theater review, but I don't know. I just feel like since I'm seeing a slightly early screening of this, I could have seen the one last weekend, but I was busy with other stuff. But yeah, this time I'm going to be reviewing Transformers 1. And of course, it's not the very first Transformers movie. We had the original from the 80s, which I've never seen. All that I know is that Optimus Prime dies in that movie, and that pissed everyone off. Spoiler alert, he does not die in this movie, and will someone turn that car off? Now in this movie, we follow Optimus Prime and Megatron as they were actually very good friends, but of course later down the line, they become enemies. As we learn the origin story of how they themselves became Transformers, as they weren't always like that. They were known to be called miners, but when they get their power, they're supposed to be using them for good, but something changes down the line where Megatron wants more power, and of course things change that ruins their friendship. But hey, he does have other allies. There's of course B, which is supposed to be Bumblebee, but he likes to go by Badassatron. And there is Alita, played by Scarlett Johansson. Now, when it comes to the Transformers movies, they're pretty much the only thing that I know about when it comes to Transformers. I never played with any of the toys growing up, so I don't know anything about that, or the cartoons, so I'm not very familiar with the formula, other than the fact that I've seen all the Michael Bay movies. The only one I liked was the first one. I do not care for the sequels, especially the last two, but I was really surprised with how much I enjoyed Bumblebee. And Rise of the Beast, I actually didn't think was that bad. And people have been saying that this is better than all those. Do I agree with that? Well, I do think it's the best since Bumblebee, as I had a blast with this one. I feel like fans should expect to see a lot more action when it comes to this film. I mean, of course, the Michael Bay ones had action, but also some really embarrassing jokes. And yeah, there's quite a bit of humor in this film, and for the most part, it works. Most of the humor comes from B, who's played by Keegan-Michael Key, which makes a lot of sense. Optimus Prime is also called, who's also called Orion. He's played by Chris Hemsworth, who actually does a really solid job in the film. And we do get other big-name actors like Steve Buscemi. So yeah, it's an all-star cast of characters, and they're all really well. And for the animation, it looks pretty stellar. And also, we do not have any humans in here, so it's always going to focus on the Autobots, so do not worry. There's no humans to, start romances or anything like that. No, it's just straight up all about the Autobots, as it takes place entirely on Cybertron, and it looks great too. I think the characters tend to be very strong, and with one another, they do tend to have good chemistry. Like, I like this friendship that was going on between Optimus Prime and Megatron, but, of course, that was bound to change later on. And, also, here's one thing to expect. Don't expect the Autobot stuff, like the changing into Transformers, to happen until much later on, like nearly halfway through. Actually, no, a little bit halfway through the movie. I'm not going to go further deep into spoilers, but sure, that's mostly what a lot of people came here for. But I feel like they tend to, build up to that, as I feel like it's worth it in the end, as it's only an hour and 40 minutes, and the hour and 40 minute runtime really didn't feel that long. I feel like it's very satisfying. It doesn't go too overboard with adding all these little plot details, as it tends to be very straightforward and very fun. While the story tends to be predictable, and of course, it does have occasional things you would see, like, the world will end. And simply put, the story just, hey, the characters are still great. So, nonetheless, I feel like fans are going to have a blast. And the screening I went to, everybody was cheering, especially towards the last act. And in the end, Transformers 1, I had a really fun time with, surprisingly. Despite not being too familiar with the source material in terms of, the toys and stuff, I feel like fans are still going to have a ball with this one. It just depends what you expect. Don't expect much of the transforming to happen until later on, but hey, other than that, you're really going to have a fun time with this one. And all I can say is, it's definitely the best Transformers film in quite some time, and it's something that I would truly call badass. I wanted to get this out of the way because, my birthday's coming up and I'm going to be very, very busy this weekend. So yeah. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.